Okay, they are ready. They will start. You're gonna put it there? Ah. Okay, here we are, ladies and gentlemen. Backgammon aficionados at home. We have just watched the handshake between Freddie Noer from Denmark and Mick Larsen. Once again, Mick Larsen on top of your screen, on the left-hand side of the picture. In this important 10th round of the 2018 Nordic Open. I'm here in the commentary box with Carsten Bredal, who will of course be giving his expert insights into what's going on the screen. And I can tell everybody at home that Mislav is still undefeated. An amazing streak of wins, namely 9 in a row, 13-point matches, and he is now followed in second place by the German upstart Michael Urban, who has 8 victories and is now by, followed by 7 players with 7 victories. So after this round there will be 5 players left, something like this. Okay, let's focus on what's going on the screen here. Anything already we can say? 4-3 to play for Mick. 4, continue. Or do you stay there for connectivity purposes? I'm not sure. Mick decides to stay there. Deuces. Okay, nothing better to do than make those 2 points and stacking both the 6-point and the midpoint. Good play. 3-2, getting that checker to safety. And you may have noticed immediately that we don't have the pip count anymore. It is very hard for a commentator to do live XG transcription and provide commentary. So we'll have to do without XG feed. We will be able to check certain positions as they occur. A great roll for Freddie, escaping, and now has 2 more 5s to play. I think making the 3 is best. We will have to invest a lot of energy, Carsten, on the pip count suddenly.
It's not a problem.
Not a problem? I think maybe we can...
White is up.
So if we do a pip count, maybe we can say that I do the bottom player and you the top player? Or
sure.
Do you have another suggestion?
Sure.
I think the pip count is already quite relevant.
Right now, Freddie's going to count for sure. If he's up,
133.
He needs to be up with at least 12 or 15 pips.
Yeah, I think it's 18 pips.
Yeah.
I did a quick count. I think it's 18 pips. So the drop would be good.
That was a fast pass.
Yeah.
Probably, maybe it's an exercise game. But it's counting. 1 for the old grandmaster and 0 for the young grandmaster.
Uh-huh. How old is Freddie?
Freddie is around 55.
Wow.
He's in good shape.
Yes.
He can run probably faster than most people at 30.
Mm-hmm.
He takes care of himself. Yes. He's very focused and concentrated, and he's all committed to this game.
Wow.
He's the strong silent type, and he's a killer on a backgammon board for sure.
Okay.
Highly respected.
I can imagine.
So is Mick, of course.
Mm-hmm.
So this is, in every sense, a fantastic game. 2 national team players, 2 grandmasters. They have both won a lot of matches, play a very low PR, and I would say they have a good table feeling, both of them.
Okay.
Which is a tournament gene they have to adopt. You can study that.
No.
You learn it. Double 3. Okay, so it's a clear double hit.
Yeah, double hit.
We talked about earlier about the way you move the dice, but he must know it's right to make the 5, but I would have loved to see him double slot and make one of the points after that.
Okay.
Not a big deal. Okay, you need to hit. Right, we are on the way to a back game. Small advantage for white.
4s, 1, 2.
You can double hit. It's better than making the 2 point.
Is it also better than making the bar point?
I think you should go all in to prevent black from making that 3 point, which would kill the cube for a long time. He does it. Look, that's the way great players move the checkers.
Well, he seems to be following my suggestion.
Yeah, I like it too. I like it too. I would hit, but I like it.
Okay.
2-6. He pays the price.
Yeah. Yeah. If he had done the double hit, he may have had a good cube already.
I would say that. Now he's going to single hit. If he sees it, he does. Okay, it's struggling for survival. Double 2, it worked. He got back game, he got front going game.
2-3 and anchoring.
Maybe he shouldn't even hit. Maybe he should, of course. He cannot make the 21.
This is a pretty obvious play.
Yeah. I was under the impression he could make the 21 point. The first point in front of white's prime. So, pressing the clock. No, he does his. Speaking of it, Freddie never pressed the clock.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay.
And nobody disrespect him more or less for not doing that. It's not a problem to do it yourself. I prefer to do it myself.
Yeah, me too.
1, 2, and the anchor,
3,
and the volunteer one. Okay. So it's a position battle, which usually means that there's a long way for a potential cube.
Yes.
They're struggling. I have no idea about the pip count, but white is probably slightly up.
It's hard.
That was fast. Of course it's correct.
I'm not sure if it's correct. I mean, if black is up in the race, a connecting play like playing 22 to 17 could be better.
Yeah, which tell us that he's aware that he's behind. Probably.
Probably, yeah. So we can deduct something about the pip count from the way those players play their checker plays.
You can say that. And this brings me to a theme called running pip count.
Yes.
Some people can do that.
I know. I can't.
I always do it.
Wow.
But if there's too many exchanges, I stop. Then it's not an issue. But pip count controls your checker plays.
I know, yeah. I spend a lot of time recounting, redoing the pip count. Sometimes even roll after roll. It's a complete waste of time.
Yeah.
I just have a hard time keeping the pip count in the back of my mind. In the meantime, there is the backgame structure you predicted.
Yes. So
and Freddie doesn't mind sending more checkers back.
5-1 is one of the worst rolls. Maybe he should consider slotting the 3 point to keep the extra checker on the midpoint. I hope everybody out there knows what a 3 point and a midpoint is.
I think so.
We haven't got the chance or the opportunity to use arrows here.
No.
Small darts or lightning balls. We have to mention that's the 3 point, and that's from 13 to 8.
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, if you are not really familiar with backgammon yet, but I think most of our viewers are, but should you not be, then you will soon learn just by watching the terminology of the game.
Yeah.
So 5-4, making a point in the outfield looks good to me. The 10
which
point.
One?
10 point.
I would not make the 10 point.
That's a connecting play, okay.
I think that's totally wrong.
Oh.
I would actually challenge that.
Okay.
I would make the 9 or the 8 for sure.
Aha. But Freddie chose another tactic. He decided to get going from his low anchor. He felt with the race advantage he had to start moving forward. Got hit by a fly shot. That's not a re-hit, unfortunately for Freddie.
No.
Where do you play the 4?
I would play from 14 to 10 to get hit on the 6s. Then black would have to give up. A very important point.
What about 20 to 24 to 20?
That's
duplicating
also
3s.
Maybe it's close. It's not. I think it's not about duplicating. It's about bringing soldiers into the battle, and the 2 in the back are not in the battle at the moment.
No.
So your play would make sure they get closer to where the battle is gonna take place.
Right. I'm in favor of 24-20.
Fine by me. As you said, you're duplicating the 3s, and the 2s is not really a number you want to count in the hitting because it doesn't want to hit on the deuces. It's hard for Freddie to recognize the strongest play, so he's probably gonna go with the 6 shot.
So he is showing both of our preferences, weighing the pros and cons.
He takes mine.
He does take yours. Good.
Okay.
The Danish school of thought.
Let's see if that works. And the clock again, 5-2. That's a good hitting number.
Yes, see, these hitting numbers cost a lot. It costs way less to be hit off the 20 point than off that 10 point. I'm not sure.
4-2. Now he's stepping up for sure.
Yeah.
So nobody knows the pip count. Nobody
I can
knows
tell
anything.
you pretty quickly.
Double 5. What about now?
128.
You can hit and make the 3 point. These are for sure.
169.
That's also for sure. Michel is counting the pip.
Yeah, white had 169 at a certain time before he got hit.
4-2, a lousy roll. Actually, is even better to stay on the bar almost. Something with the 3, maybe a double 4 would be a super joker. 2-1, step in on the 2. Save the 1. You need it out there.
Really? You know you hit.
Oh, I didn't see the blood. Then it's easy. Okay. 2-6.
Agree, you play 13-7. We know by now that the midpoint and the 18 point.
He's looking before he's rolling. He needs to make some kind of improvement here.
Really? There's the cube already. A cube by Mick.
Yeah, it's a strong cube. There's only one check on the midpoint. So the market losing sequence is huge. You can hit, you can cover, you can do so much. Maybe it might even be a pass. But nobody can pass with that 3 point prime. The best points. 6-4 hits.
It's a hit. It's a hit. You cannot cover the blot on the 5. So hitting is your only way to go. And now white desperately needs a 5. It's not there.
So
it's not there.
7s and 9s are extremely good now. 3s is okay. 3.
There's the 3.
Easy to cover.
Yeah.
Easy, easy, easy.
You have to sacrifice your 8 point.
And you can duplicate 6s by switching midpoint if you like. It's weird. That's the easy one. And then 13 to 12 if you want to duplicate something. He sees it.
I see. Wow, I would never spot things like that.
He's in a position where he wants some air.
Yes.
So he doesn't want to get hit.
I see.
But he could also just lift the blot to the midpoint.
Maybe he should forsake.
Maybe he can make the 11 point.
Yes.
But that can never be more important than the 5 point.
I'm not sure. I mean, it's only 1 blot. If you play it differently, you are left with 3 blots.
Yeah, that's the down, but okay.
He goes
agrees.
for that option.
Goes for that. I'm surprised. And he's gonna pay the price.
After all, white only has 20 shots.
that's a fantastic. See the difference between the two positions.
Mm-hmm.
It would be a winning. Now it's 60-40.
Yeah. 4-6 jumps
No,
out or hits?
hits. Go for the throat. You cannot abandon that 5 point.
Okay. Yep.
If you abandon that, it might as well be as resigning half a game.
Mm-hmm.
1-6, perfect. So Mick needs to roll that 6 without an ace or a deuce. 3-1.
Wow, same problem as before.
This is the last chance you're going to get, my friend.
Mm-hmm.
Make it and close your eyes. It doesn't matter.
Mm-hmm.
You got 18 point. You got 21 point and 13 point.
This is toying with us, teasing the viewers at home. We see Nevzat in the background,
Looking around,
shaking his head, as if to
shaking
say,
his head.
don't tell me that the great Michael Larsen is going to play such a thing here. Wow, and he does. I mean, I am stunned.
Okay, he got rubber arms now. Officially, I have to call it, he got rubber in his arms.
Yes, I mean you definitely make the 5 point, even if you leave a couple of blots in the outfield. I think this must be like a 200-300 millipoint blunder.
Yes, it's a 200. It's gonna cost. It's gonna cost. You might never make that 5 point, but his consideration could have been that I don't need it.
But he
But
does.
that's not true.
He does need it.
Look what he got into now.
I know.
He's disconnected.
I mean, you feel the pressure lifting from Freddie Noer.
Yeah.
Once this 5 point has gone, I mean, the gap is going to be there forever. Black has so many things to do. He needs to escape these checkers from the back. He needs to vacate his midpoint, and then he has to...
Oh, it's not a hit.
It's okay.
It's not a hit. The 6 is forced.
And then you have to like bear in with the gap like
And
that.
the 5 is almost equally forced. You have to step out. There's not really an option. You cannot go to the from 13 to 8, and you cannot stay in a position where the big numbers hit in the outfield and the small numbers hit on the 4 point.
I agree.
So this is the only option you have.
Mm-hmm.
And he finds it.
Yes, and if one checker gets hit, you can come in with a number, and in the meantime, safety the other checker.
So he needs to get in with 2 checkers.
Yes.
Otherwise, he's gonna get attacked.
Wow.
That's fantastic. Should he hit or should he step up? He hits.
Mm-hmm.
That's of course to keep white from making another point.
That's a re-hit. Do you re-hit?
I'm not sure about that.
I'm not sure.
I would not do that.
It's dangerous.
Too many bloods. He's outboarded. So he does it anyway. He's gonna look. He's gonna look. He's not gonna do that. Aces, deuces, 6s, and 4-5.
Yeah, 4 blots.
It's too much.
It's agree.
Too much. He couldn't stand the heat. And you can look at the 2 white checkers which you just put back. It's a bridge between the troops.
Yes. I know.
Oh my God, we got a lot of bets going on after this match.
Yes, this is positionally very compromising.
He's gonna pay the price now.
And
so you hit with the ace because you want to step up with the deuce. So this is the right hit. It's a point you want, and you want the checker to be. Now he needs desperately to come in. Okay, that's an okay number. But a 6 now would start a priming battle. 6-1, 6-2 is interesting. 3-2. Okay, it's okay not to make the 5 this time.
Okay.
He needs a 5. He needs a 5. He loves those 4-2. He's desperate. You can see it. Boom. Anything that comes in is an improvement. In particular, if it's with the 6, 4-2. Okay.
Slotting the 5 now.
I will slot the 5, yeah. But actually, the 7 point is a better priming point, but you don't want all those bloods outside.
Yeah. Wow.
This is the gutsy move.
We have seen some extraordinary choice of checker plays in this game here.
This is a key game. I think they're testing each other.
Really?
15 numbers hit something.
They are not pretending to be weak players, I'm sure.
No. Maybe they are revealing our weakness. I have no idea.
I'm not sure. I mean, Mick's choice to give up to lift that blot from his 5 point instead of making the 5 point. I mean, I would be shocked if it were correct. But this is a good...
Yeah, but if you look at the numbers, you had 15 before, you have 11 here. But you get hit more often here because you cannot cover so fast.
Okay.
So maybe the 15 numbers is the safest play, but he doesn't want the blood string around. So I like that play. Is that a 5?
I can't see.
It is.
5-2 then?
Probably not a 4-3. 5.
No.
Where's the 2? There's no other deuce.
There's no other 2.
You don't want to get hit, Freddie.
Yeah, because 6s, black cannot use the 6s to jump out. So you don't want to give him good 6s on his side of the board. So 5-2, that's a nice connecting play. I'm sorry, it's black with the 5-2. Out. Black would have loved to cover the blot on the 5, but couldn't manage. And now Freddie finally is able to hit that blot. A major improvement in White's game, covering the ace. It's definitely an option. Right. Two and 5 is a re-hit. Okay, so we have an exchange of hits here, both players with a 3-point board. Freddie needs to come in, but dances. Huge swing in Mick's favor. Can he attack on the 5 point? No. He can jump out. A second chance for White. It's a good entry number and it's a hit. Cannot complain about that. Once again trying to come in against a 3-point board. A wonderful roll coming in and establishing the 16 point. 6s don't look good to me. 2 checkers get burned on the ace. This is a major, what's the opposite of improvement? Collapse almost of White's position. This is now a major weakness. White's position suddenly showed signs of improving, but Freddie gave up his 18 point, which was a valuable bridge, as Carsten said, for a hit, and he has paid the price ever since. So Freddie was forced with a double 6 to play 2 checkers to his ace.
Oh.
So now he has those dead checkers there, lost connectivity, and is now faced with a problematic position.
Yeah.
Suddenly Mick has 3 attackers for the 5 point. He needs to attack.
No.
What? No.
No. Just make the...
Make the bar?
Yeah, I would make the bar.
Really?
I think. Well, on the other hand, with 4 and ace, this is a strong blocking play.
I see, yes. I see, yes.
It's
I agree.
only the 3s are dangerous.
I see that now. Yes, good. I like it.
If it hits,
Yeah,
he should maybe lift the block.
Yeah. No. I think your play is much better because you have 2 checkers behind a broken 5 prime, so they need 3s to escape. Or
Yeah, and you don't want all those blots around.
yeah.
He's going to make the 7 for sure.
Now White has good 5s and good 3s.
This is a theme called the blocking power. We talked a lot about it at Gibraltar. It was a theme. This is no catastrophe.
No.
It's fine. Anything with a 5, 2, 6, step in, step out.
Yep.
I would step out for sure.
I agree.
This is a very long game.
Yes.
You need to slot that point.
Yes, you have no other option, or you have
No.
to give up your 10 point, which you will not do, slotting. Yeah, nothing else.
No, you could of course not hit,
Yes.
but maybe that's not an option because white does not want black to bring checkers around. He wants black. I mean black. He wants black to need those checkers for the 5 point. Stay away from that 5 point, he says. And it works.
Dance,
It
yes,
works.
it works out.
3 something.
3 with a cover number. 4-1 doesn't even cover.
It's the worst. You need to get rid of that point.
Good play, good, there's nothing else. A bad roll, in fact. If you have so many covers. 3-4.
Step in, and you could consider going around.
No.
But you should step out with this.
Yes.
You don't want to be under the gun, right, Michel? No.
White is on the bar. Your out is fine. Good. Wow, 5s now for Freddie. I mean,
This
Freddie forgot that he was on the bar. I mean, these players, after 3 days of consistent play, can be forgiven for overseeing things like that. Wow, that was a funny moment.
You can roll it again. I'm sure he would like it more the next time. No, 6-3. So now it's a miracle game. He needs the one shot number, the double 5, to just get an even game. But Mick should still be a little afraid of the jokers. So just step out.
No, not now.
Don't let go. Don't give double aces,
Only
double
double
2s.
5s are good. I feel that Freddie squandered a little bit his chances in this game.
Yeah.
He got the cube, he had cube possession, and then he decided to give up his valuable 18 points. I mean, it may well be right, but it looked so unthematic because you lost communication between your checkers in the back.
Oh, wow, that's a gutsy move.
5-4.
That's a gutsy move.
It's gutsy, but you have to do it.
Absolutely not.
What? Absolutely not.
Is that clear cut?
I think it is.
Yeah, in double match
course.
point, but do you want to lose a
mean,
gammon?
Well, this may lose fewer gammons than staying there, but I'm not sure.
No, neither am I. The alternative is really ugly, of course.
Yes.
But I'm going to predict he's going to put it back, and in 3 rolls he has a 3-point board in the low end.
Yeah, but the worst thing that can happen is that he ends up with
he
2
didn't.
checkers on the bar. But if he stays there on the low anchor, he will be forced off that anchor later with a crunched board, and he can end up with 2 checkers on the bar anyway.
Yeah, he can remake the anchor here.
Voila.
2-5, okay, he's 1-6, he's committed. So
I think,
5-2.
look.
He needs to hit. He needs
He needs to hit with the deuce.
and make the midpoint.
So at least Freddie is now creating some chances for himself. By sitting there on that low anchor, nothing much is going to happen. His board is going to crunch. He doesn't want that. So I can
Coming up.
understand the philosophy behind Freddie's choices. But he dances. He's not rewarded.
I would concede the game, staying back.
I see.
This is exactly what I didn't want. I'm afraid of. Hit with the 4. Some
with the 4.
rookies would hit with the 6, but then you have to cover with the 4, and the extra checker on the 6 point is where you want it. So hit with the 4 and cover with the 6.
Wow.
He's going to spot it. It takes too long. Are you thinking about priming? It's a detail. It's a detail.
But yeah, I can see that the checker on the 6 is valuable.
It was in a good spot, but he can just put them again, of course. He doesn't. I don't get that. I don't get anything at the moment. He's thinking about fishing. He can make the bar point, slot with the 5. Now, yes, and hope for a single ace. Should he cover now? That's the question. He cannot cover, so he doesn't have to think about it. That's a very nice roll. Okay, now we probably have to cover.
Still waits.
You have to wait. It's a forced decision. Now he can leave shot and stuff like that. That's the ace he was waiting for. Perfect timing.
Yes.
Double 3. Everything works. Double 3 is a joker. Super joker. 5-1. Come on, Freddie. Make the anchor. You want it?
No.
Double 4. Should he swift? I don't think so.
Switch.
I would not switch. I would play the second one immediately. Out. We talked about it. And okay, decided.
But you see, if Freddie can now anchor, he would be in a better position than if he had the 23-point anchor without timing or with a crunched board. I think it's better to, if Freddie were able to anchor, he would have a 24-point anchor with still a bit of a board. I think that was the reasoning behind his forward-going play.
So now
we'll see what happens.
Mick remembered he forgot a checker, so he decided to get hit again.
There's the
Super
threes.
joker.
Yep. Now that we have 3 checkers on the bar.
Now we have 80% gammon.
80?
If he can avoid that devastating double 3.
So is the difference between 2 checkers on the bar, 40% gammons, and 3 checkers on the bar, another 40?
Yes.
Wow, I didn't know that.
I can check it while he's playing around.
Okay.
It shouldn't be too difficult.
Wow. So 2 checkers on the bar, 40% gammons.
And then you can add a little extra because Mick he can take checkers off without being very afraid. Yep. The board on white side is open.
I agree.
So he can be very aggressive like this. Put a checker on the 6 point easily.
Yep. Yeah.
He can might as well do the other one.
I agree.
He will find it.
I agree.
That's it.
Yep. Normally you should be like a bit of afraid of a 6-5 and a 6-6 and a 5-5, but here you don't really mind because white's board is not threatening.
Just rip them off.
So
bring yourself ahead 4-1.
Freddie wants to come in quickly if he wants to stave off the gammon.
Don't worry, I'll...
1-2, there's the shot for Freddie. If you can find a 5, a 4. What is it? 6-3, no.
So now it's almost 100% gammon. Maybe a backgammon.
Don't get carried away.
My computer
Carson
is working hard on opening this program, which I'm gonna close the minute it opens it. Technical issues the public cannot see.
Yeah.
No big deal, just rip them off. He's in. Oh, it's double 1.
Yeah, there's
no reason to risk.
Yeah.
Yeah. Sorry about that.
Do the viewers at home now lose the...
No.
Oh, okay.
No, they see this. Okay, we are talking backgammon. We are talking backgammon.
Yep.
Any set, almost any set.
6-3.
And you know what's going to happen when you unroll like Mick is? It's coming. It's going to come.
No. Well, he only has 5 chances in...
Yeah, but it feels like 10 because he's on a roll.
No.
Okay. I think that's deserved. Too much for Freddie to lose a backgammon on that one.
Yes. I'm really, really very curious to review that match with Extreme Gammon. It won't be today, but later in the week. We both here in the commentary box were frowning and pulling faces at some of the choices these players have made. Once again, this is not a final verdict. We don't want to talk down the choices of these grandmasters. We were just a bit perplexed by what happened on the board. (6-4). Freddie chooses to make the bar point, which is probably correct. So the gammon in the previous game gave Larsen a 4-1 advantage in this match. Of course, still a long way to go. Sixes. Freddie a bit hesitantly making his deuce point. Not sure. Probably correct. What now? Slotting is an option. Reducing shots, yeah, this is 15 shots. 4-6, 2 down. Mick would love to escape.
4-6 is a joker.
That's the best escaping roll you can dream of. Double fours would have been better. 2-1.
Now we have a holding game.
We do.
And the race is
important.
Everything.
Yeah.
5-2, one of the worst.
Let me count. 113. Oh, yeah, but in the meantime, white roll something. 59, 68, 72. 108, I think, for white. 108. 50, 78. 97, 103, 119. So it looks like white is 11 pips up in the race. That's what I have read. So 11 pips up, 5-1. Probably 17 pips up now. $93, 102 for white, yeah, 102. 7 pips up, so okay. 4-6. I slot the ace, good.
Playing very pure. Pure play.
5-4.
Now he can pay off. 4 numbers. He needs to do that now.
I think so. I agree. Yeah. You slot the 5, right?
Yeah, exactly. You take one of the two back checkers from the 14 point and you just move it all the way. Otherwise, you're going to get in trouble next time. So
yes.
You might as well do it while there is an ace from the bar in case of the 4 numbers.
I agree.
There's only 4 numbers. 6-1 doesn't hit.
Right, and it's in fact almost like a last roll play. I mean, if he gets hit, it will be a double pass after that, or maybe he will too good to double. Yeah. Okay.
Soon, white is out of 6s.
Yes. Wow.
Wow. He got a
this
choice now.
makes it easy.
2 easy ones.
Yeah. I think black at least has caught up in the race. Probably has even established now a smallish race lead.
104 for black.
104 for black.
54.
51. 88, I think.
So 104.88. That's a tie. Which means that the 2 first ones are easy, and the next 2 ones are also easy. You can make the 2 point. So first he figures out the pip count. It's a no-brainer.
So you are not considering playing 13-9 with 2 checkers? You don't want to break contact?
I don't want to give
I see.
efficiency to rolls like 4-3, 5-4. I want white to bury some checkers.
Yes. I agree. So 1-2.
And make the deuce.
I agree now, yes.
Or maybe just slot the deuce.
Yeah, no, I agree. Because the race is equal and white has 10 pips more tied up, or 12 pips more tied up.
He's going to save a 6. Computer never does that.
Very
computer
seldom.
will play to the 6 now.
Yes.
But in real life, I've noticed this is a better move.
Okay.
Save it. Wait for the doubles to come.
Okay.
It might buy you enough time. 5-4, you can make the ace, that's the easy 4, and the 5 should probably go to the 3 point. Play pure. So now 4-1, easy. Good roll actually. Barry's a checker, but that's fine. Ace and 5, okay. Good play by Mick. And double 3, you cannot kill the board here.
3-2.
Now you're not afraid of leaving a shot. You want this to happen, and you want black to bury the 8-point checkers.
Another 5-1.
That's a good roll for both parts. Everybody's happy. I think that white would prefer black to roll 6-5 or something. 4-2. Yeah, it's not a beauty contest. 5-3.
So
somebody's gonna pay now, and then the other one stops and looks like that.
Yep.
5-1 is clearly worse. We all the time look at these and we evaluate the position and then we roll anyway.
Sure. Well, this is no cube.
This is no cube.
No, because you have 16 hits, of course, but they don't guarantee that you can lift the blot. No. And if you miss, white is has an even game, to say the least.
And he's up 4-1.
And he's up 4-1.
If it was down 2-5 or something, it would be another story. But the 4 cube is loose. Yes. I can see Freddie is praying.
Yes, he's praying. He's hoping for the cube.
He's probably hoping for the cube. And Nefza Dogan, the world champion, he's making sure this is not a cube. Nefza Dogan, for people who don't know him, he's sitting next to Mick, and he's probably one of the best money game player in the world. Is that a 5-1?
That's a 5-1. You see, it's one of those sixes, but which doesn't guarantee.
What about 6-3 now? 6-5.
There's a 5.
Okay, and so maybe white can cube. If he doesn't get hit here, he will cube.
Of course he will.
Maybe double 6 can save him.
No, I think you can maybe roll, no?
Are you too good here? Probably not.
No, you are not. I'm not sure.
You can roll something really bad, like 5-1.
Cashing is fine.
Yeah. Everybody's happy. Well, not me, probably. So Dogan, let's go off his telephone. Looking for some action in the room. Any fish? No, I'll stay with these 2 fish. Dogan is actually an honorable member of the gammon club Mick plays in.
Oh, really?
Yeah. He has done so much for the team, and he's such a fantastic host, and he's a nice guy, and he's like a brother to us.
Oh, righty. He's originally from which country?
Turkey.
Ah, Turkey, okay.
And he has a restaurant in Herning called Brasseriet, and he lives for that restaurant. And whenever he gets the chance, he flies into the basement, opens the computer, and plays a money game on Quick Gammon. Okay, 6-2.
6
easy
is
play.
Forced.
So now we're looking for some more action soon. In case of a 6, 5-3, he could jump, he could make a point.
I think jumping is better, I'm not sure.
I like jumping. In case of he doesn't hit here, he does with maybe one of the absolute best numbers. Yes, played slow. 4-1, enter on the ace, looking at the 4. Finally he moves to the 9 point. You don't want to get under the gun.
Yeah, okay.
I think white's chances are front going. He needs to attack. And right now he only have builders on the 6 and 1 on the 9. If you step up, he got 4 builders. Aces, deuces, 3s and 4s.
Yeah, I agree.
It's a positional struggle. Somebody needs to roll a joker. It wasn't Freddie. It's
down.
A good roll.
Yeah.
It's not a joker.
No.
So now jump or make a point. Most likely event. He can hit even.
He can hit.
He can make the 2 point. he can make the 5 point and lift the blood. He can do whatever he likes.
Yeah, I think you make the 5 point, but you keep your 8 point. What is this, really?
The thought behind this is to prevent white from doing something, making a point. It's only a 1 point board, and you have like 5-3, 5-4, 6-3, and double 4. That's 7 numbers. If he doesn't enter here, boom. Okay, 4-2. That's a shitty number. This is a potential cube action, and I would say the take is very easy. You could play from 9 to 7, or duplicate something 7 to 5. He doesn't do that. He unstacks the heavy point. Good play.
You see, Mick was reaching for the dice, with Freddie's hand resting close to the clock. Okay, a slight misunderstanding.
Yeah, double six, the
Six
worst
is
roll, the worst.
Yeah, it doesn't hit, it doesn't make a point, and it looks like it's going to put 2 checkers out of play.
At least one, and then what? You can look at it as long as you like.
Yeah, I think you play these 2 checkers in.
And just hope for the best. You cannot make the bar. You need this.
I think this is pretty obvious.
See what happens.
It's always good to look at other options. Aces. 1, 2.
You don't want to get hit, Freddie. But what about the last? Actually, he needs to make the 5 point. Yeah, good play. And 7 to 6, and then comes the decider. He doesn't want to get hit on the edge of the prime.
Really?
But he wants the point. So it's a trade-off. If you get hits, there are 2 points open, 3s are duplicated.
I kind of like this play. That would have been the play
Super
I
roll.
made. Yep. Great roll.
How to play. Okay.
Yeah, how to play. You can do pick and pass.
That's a good.
Wow, difficult choice.
There's a rule of thumb in these positions that if you have a choice between 2 strong plays, you should do the most difficult part. And it might be more difficult to escape that prime. After this, you can cube. After the other one, if it works, you're close.
I kind of feel that this is better here. I'm not sure. Because now you have 14 shots, which are really good. And if you play this, you are 6 dependent. And you give the opponent an immediate 11 shots. I'm not sure. What is it? 4s?
5?
Wow.
Which would be a super roll.
If it's 4 and 5, I don't know what to do.
No, you cannot kill the prime. You cannot leave the anchor. You cannot leave the midpoint. He should just hit the clock and hope it gets accepted. But I can see it's a 5. So Mick was rewarded for the hit.
I think this is yeah, I think this is
You
good.
have to. You have to.
Yeah.
It leaves only good 4s and 6-3. 4-2. Lift the blood and look at the cube in the middle.
Yep.
I don't think I would cube actually in case of a fan. I'm not sure.
Well, question is, can white take?
Okay, I meant I'm not good enough.
3s.
There's too much that can go wrong. You need to escape that prime. I like that. You don't need the 10 point. You need the bar point. And this would give you a fantastic cube next time. Probably a pass.
Really?
Okay, let's see the double. Double for sure. Look at it for a long time.
Even if it's only for the bluff.
Even
value.
if it's only for the bluff.
Because many people would drop this, but I think you can take, right? I mean, if you get cubed here as white.
There is a saying from back in the days that 4 in a row is more than you know.
Aha.
But studies have shown that's not true.
Oh.
It's not nearly as strong as you know. I would cube for sure. It's a monster cube, and I have a feeling he will take very fast. Yes,
he did. It is.
If he doesn't escape, even if white enters now, plenty of shots. 3-6.
4-6.
Yeah, 3-6 is more interesting.
3-6, there it is.
There it is. Now fireworks is going. Anything could happen from here.
Yes. Great take by Freddie, have to admit.
Oh, double two is fantastic. He can triple hit. Oh, sorry, double hit, of course.
2, 3, 4. You want to, what
change
to do?
your point for sure. Switch,
yes.
Switch like that, and step. Is the time for that?
I'm not sure.
I think that's the clearly best play.
Okay.
You can escape. You only need 17 pips to escape that back checker, and he got more than 17 to play.
Okay.
Not double 3. Okay. 3 and the 2 is super roll. Okay, we're heading. We are most likely heading for 8-2 for Mick. I can't see how Freddie can escape this one.
Wow.
And okay, maybe it's 10-2 for Mick.
Wow.
Not even double 5 hits anything. But I'm sure Freddie would love to see it.
But the cruel sequence of events for Freddie, of course, he took a very brave cube, then rolled a joker from the bar, hitting with the 3-6, and was immediately punished. So sometimes jokers come disguised.
Disguised, yes, with poisoned teeth.
Something like that.
Yeah. If he didn't roll the 3-6, he would probably just lose a single game.
Yes.
So he rolled the joker and got punished for playing correctly.
Yep.
Welcome to backgammon.
These are the swings you have to stomach.
Sometimes this is a position where there's not much to learn, so we can talk about people sometimes ask me, why do you play this game where the mood swings are so huge? I've seen people thrown with cups, hitting hands in tables so the beer fell down or the checkers jumped. Well, we do it for the swing. If we were reluctant to some boring game, we would probably play chess, something like that, which I have back in the days, but it was too slow for me.
Okay.
This is an action play where skills and luck are combined.
Yes. I think chess is a good game for people who want to be in control.
Yeah.
As a chess player, you are completely in control over what's happening on the board. There is nothing from outside, no outside factors that can influence the game.
No.
In backgammon, you have the randomness, which is introduced by the dice, and which pose a big challenge to your composure.
Yeah.
Your emotional resilience, your frustration tolerance.
Yes. And we have all been in a bad spot once in our life. I can remember back in the days where I learned this game.
Yeah, me too, you know.
There were positions it was too tough for me to lose them. But the older you get, the more mature you get.
Look,
oh, that's a shot.
4 shots. That's 1 chance in 11.
He's playing for the backgammon now.
Yeah,
okay.
It's correct. That's the way to play.
Yeah, you could of course avoid play. It's more safe not to hit.
Really? Why is that?
Because now we can play 4-3 and avoid a second shot. But on the other hand, if he gets hit, then white is more likely into the game a little sooner. So you need he wants that 4th checker to be on the roof.
I would never have considered that. I think I would have put the other one on the roof. Wow.
Now we got a game.
This is a big.
Yeah, and you can see only 2 checkers on the bar now.
4-6 immediately escapes.
No problem.
So, I mean, like for Freddie, this is horrible. He gets his hopes up, and then they are crushed.
Oh,
that's
another
it works both ways.
Yes.
Just imagine Freddie coming in with both checkers now. I only won.
He's probably going to get a direct shot now.
An indirect. Oh. 2-1.
Okay.
Wow, if
what
Freddie
about
can
rolls
come
like
in.
4-1 now? 4-1. That's
amazing.
Amazing. How to play that? Easy play. So now we got a game going.
Yes, we do. And Freddie may come into recube territory pretty quickly.
Well, he needs a 5 prime for sure.
3-1.
Yeah, block the 6s.
I see.
Let go.
Okay.
And hope for something with the 6.
Yeah, and even 5s should give him
That's
triple
something
shot.
with the 6. Yeah.
Yeah, good.
2-1 is the only number missing. So
really?
he's 17-1 favorite to hit that checker. So already now he's looking at the cube.
Yes.
But I'm sure that Mick can take next time too.
Yeah, but his take point is lower than at a normal score. This is a recube with a deficit in the match. It's probably a bit too soon, but not much. I mean, you can hit, and then you have you attack that open 9 point.
Yeah.
And that would be very threatening. I think you can recube.
He can lose the game, almost the match, if he rolls 2-1.
Yeah, but...
And if Mick enters on a 3, on a 4, it's going to be a more tricky decision for Mick. I think he should roll.
No.
Let Mick enter.
Okay. This is one to put in the computer. I'm voting for... Of course, there are no gammons. It's not that it's gammonish or anything. It's not gammonish. On the contrary, the only player who can lose a gammon is white. But I mean, if you hit, black comes in on a low point. He doesn't hit. 1, 2.
He hits.
He hits, of course, with 3s. And now, voila, 1, 2, and 3. And now if white comes in on a low point without daylight, that means with no escaping possibilities, the 3. It's good. That is what I mean. This is daylight. Now the cube comes.
This is interesting.
This is interesting, yes.
I think I would pass that one.
Really?
I think my gut feeling goes with the pass.
So
but on the other hand, you can win a gammon.
So
you're the only one winning a gammon. I changed my mind. I think it's a take.
Yes, black can win gammons. But I mean, if this is a pass, this means that white missed an enormous cube the roll before. I think you can take this. You have 4 checkers off. You have 4 checkers off. The only crushing roll is 6-5. Or aces. So or 5-1 and 6-1. Alright. That's already 7 rolls. And what else do we have? Double 5s also make the 6 prime. So double 5s, aces, 6-1, 5-1, 6-5. Come on, that's 8 crushing rolls.
I'm ready with the verdict. Before it was a small no double.
Really?
65 no double, and this is a small double.
Small one only.
It's a 200 take.
Yeah, but you said you were going to drop it.
Yeah, but I changed my mind.
Ah, thank you.
And I remembered some of the books we read back in the days. Scrambling games, remember?
Scrambling home, yeah.
You win a lot of scrambling games when you just struggle around with the joker from the bar and get missed in the outfield. So this is a scrambling game.
Yeah. I mean, the take for me was not in doubt. But I would probably have made a mistake by cubing a roll too early. Because of the score, recubes with a deficit in the match are always very powerful. You see, 1-6 is like the worst entry number for Mick. And 2s, what to do? You right.
You
I
want
agree.
to get hit.
I agree. Perfect.
You're all in on that 9 point.
Yep, I agree with this.
This is the scrambling definition.
No,
now
there's nothing else, Freddie.
Let's see what happens. Something with the double hit and the fan, or double hit and a miss.
Of course.
3-5 and you missed the shot from the bar. You know, this is exactly why these positions are takes when you've got 3 checkers off. 2-6.
Wow, it's a monster.
I told you.
White does have a lots of, well, not lots of reshots.
Let's see a 5-4.
The 3s and double 5s. There's the 3.
Okay.
Huge.
Did you see the anxious or the eagerness he entered from the bar?
Yeah,
like
I know. Some What's
One,
that?
two,
1,
three.
2, 3, and 4.
This is exciting. I have
Exciting,
no idea what's
yes.
going on.
And a
Fan,
dance.
something with a 6.
Yeah.
6, 1. 6,
6,
4.
4.
Okay, he's going for the gammon and the match, more or less. You cannot hit. There's 2 checkers on the bar.
Wow.
Just take a deep breath.
Freddie must be devastated. I mean, he did it perfectly. He waited with the cube, like you suggested.
It was perfect, yes.
He timed it perfectly.
Look at this position.
He played it. What's now?
Is that a standard position?
No.
Double 1.
Can it still go wrong?
6, 5. Okay, the 6 is easy. He hits. I would for sure not do that.
You would
Far
for
too many
sure
shots.
not
Far
do
too many shots. Oh, sorry. I thought it was too. My bad. My bad. 4,
A
1.
miss. Ho, 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 ho. We are looking at a gammon.
I feel for my old friend Freddie here.
I understand. I mean, wow.
2, 1. Let's give him a little. Just a small 2, 6. Do you hit?
Of course.
I don't think.
You don't think?
No.
Ah, because the gammon is a short.
Yeah, and the backgammon is overkill.
I know. Even 6s probably won't save it.
That's good, Freddie. One more of those.
Mm-hmm.
I think that's not even enough. Okay, so now we're looking for a really crazy match at 2-12 in a moment.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. You shouldn't predict until. But
wow, that's. But I did mention it, of course, when the cube was in the air for Freddie, the recube. I said there are no gammons in play, but I fortunately corrected myself by saying not for white.
He needs 4 crossovers every time now to get rid of the gammon. This is what you call a bad day at the office.
Yes.
And Mick just had the exactly bad day at the office against Mislav. The tides are turning.
Yes.
How would you feel now if that was you?
Winning, you mean?
No,
in
losing.
Place? Losing.
You wouldn't. That's why we love the game.
It depends. If I'm fresh in my mind,
Yeah.
then I can like live with it with a little smile on my face even, and feel not perturbed at all.
No.
Like aloof.
So
able to transcend all these ridiculous swings. And that's when I feel I'm in good shape. If I get frustrated, irritated, angry, upset, then I know that something's wrong.
Yeah. Or maybe even provoked. That can happen in backgammon too. There are players that are harder to play against than other players. So that's a struggle against yourself sometimes.
Yes, yes, it is. I think we could call that the inner game of backgammon. You have all these things, all these events that are happening on the board, but you also have what's happening inside yourself, in your mind.
That's fascinating.
And that's fascinating, and that's the inner game. And if you can win the inner game, it doesn't matter what's happening on the board. And I love this state of mind.
Me too. If you take the temperature on these guys right now, I'm sure they are both very relaxed. They all know what's going to happen.
Yeah.
But the more Freddie comes back into the match, the more tense it gets.
Yes, but Freddie is not. It doesn't look like Freddie's going to get back into the match.
No, make rolls like Mislav.
I know. So you see, one match you roll badly, and then it's a little. You can start complaining, but why complain? Because the next match it can turn around.
It's very tricky to get 11 points in a row.
Yes.
Very tricky. It happens maybe 1 out of 20 times. Or
so Freddie is down to less than 2% match-winning chances here.
Including the position?
Including the position, eh?
Yeah.
11 away, 1 away, Crawford. It's 4%.
On the bar against the Blitz.
Yes.
Well, the good news in that case, that we can get dinner.
Yes. I was thinking exactly the same thing. It's unfortunate for the
Double
viewers,
five,
but I think
okay.
we have already seen a lot of exciting matches. You cannot expect 10 exciting matches in a row, and sometimes matches just happen to be uneventful. We cannot call this match uneventful. I think the first 2-3 games were very challenging and difficult and complex, and then in the last game was extremely volatile. A late hit by Freddie with the 5-1. Okay, it's not over. I know it's not over. I have my eyes on the board. I'm already like summing up a bit.
Yes. Well, the door is open.
The door
Should you hit?
is open.
I would hit for sure.
You would hit and play the 5 in, or what?
But where to hit? I would hit on the 5 point, because you cannot let white establish a defense.
I see.
Yes, he's looking. He got 10 minutes, but in a moment he's gonna play to the 4 point. Yes, he's thinking about it, but only with one cover, and
This is difficult.
you can
I
look
have
at
no
it
idea.
without knowing the theory. You can say that if you hit on the ace, white got 20 good numbers. If you hit on the 5 point, he got 11 or 13. 1, okay, 2, 3. So 4-3, 4-2 makes the ace. 3-1. We need that ace now, Freddie. I really feel you have deserved it. 2 friends of mine, but one of them is hurting.
Yes.
6-2, yes, give him another chance. Single ace, so we have some resistance from the ace point.
Yes, an ace point game would provide some last minute excitement, maybe.
I think this is it. I can't see any more outs. Okay, give him another chance. 2 is easy. 6 is also easy, yes.
Yeah. Okay.
I tell you, this is the final boarding. If you want to get back, you need that ace.
No.
Destiny is not with Freddie.
No.
No.
5s is a shift. Yeah.
Now.
Nice.
Only 2 bad numbers.
Wow.
Not that bad.
That's a neat. Looks like this will be an easy win for Mick Larsen, which will put him at 9 victories over 10 matches, and depending on Mislav Kovacic's result, he will join the lead. So Mick Larsen very much in contention for the victory here at the 2018 Nordic Open. Freddie looks to be out of it. Well, Freddie still has a... no, Freddie is out.
Freddie's out.
Yeah, Freddie was one of the players with 7 wins out of 9. So Freddie, unfortunately for him, eliminated from the tournament. And Mick Larsen with a good chance of competing for the crown all the way till the end. Thanks very much at home for watching this. We'll see each other later after dinner. I think that the 11th round matches are scheduled for 9 o'clock or maybe 9:30.
It used to be 9:30.
Okay.
After dinner break, so
After the
it's
dinner
3 hours from now. Yeah, and I can just see that Mick has 7 points and 2 losses.
Yes, exactly.
So now we got 8 and 2.
Yes, exactly.
Mislav has 9 for sure.
Yes. Ah, yes. No. Mick already had 8, no?
No, 10 matches, 8 wins.
So he
So
lost
he's
twice
fighting
already?
for his life. Yes, he
I
lost
didn't know
to
that.
he lost to Mislav,
Ah, yes.
and he lost to Kalomelse.
Ah, yes, correct.
Yeah.
I see.
So it's a battle for life now.
Ah, yes, yes, yes.
So even though there are only like 8 players left, he's still like 4 wins from a victory or something. It's a very tough format. this
Very
year.
tough.
But when I was among the last 22 before I lost, and when I looked at the other 21 guys, I must say this format separates the fish from the pros.
Yeah, the
somehow.
men from the boys.
From the boys. There are nobody who couldn't win the Nordic in the last 20. It was an amazing level, maybe the strongest I've ever seen in any tournament.
And I can say, maybe as a side note, that Dagfinn Snarheim from Norway came up to me and said that Thomas Mør's matches, Thomas Mør, the Danish top player, his matches have already been posted on Backgammon Studio, and he showed me his PRs.
Yeah, low.
The PRs, low twos and below twos even. Like there's a 1.17 in there in a 13-point match, a 2.1, a 2.4, a 2.6. So an amazingly high standard of play, and the player is out. Yeah. That's also backgammon. Yeah. Being the best player in the field, or one of the best players in the field, doesn't guarantee success.
No.
And you have to be able to cope with that as well.
Yes. Speaking of Thomas Mør, he has actually barely not. He won one match in this tournament, and he lost 3 out of 3 in the Nations Cup, and his PR are all of them below 3.
Amazing.
So this is what we have to accept and love about the game, and it comes with the game. If you can handle that, play something else.
Right.
But when you learn to handle it, you will love it.
Yes,
it's an amazing game. I must say that.
I agree.
And just watching Freddie taking this with calm and, I mean, that's a gentleman's movement.
Yes.
Thank you. Good match. Good luck.
I know.
It's fantastic.
Yes.
It's fantastic. So thank you, Michel, for commenting. You have been actually a fantastic support for this tournament, and it's not over yet. I didn't say that. I just want to appreciate you being here.
Ali, thank you very much. I'm having a great time in the commentary box. See you later, everybody at home. Thanks for watching. Bye.
Bye-bye.